Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I thought that I would return to some meditations today. I haven't read meditations over here in quite some time, so I thought I would read a meditation or two and get us started into September. I wanted to film all of my videos outside today. Unfortunately, they are filling this sinkhole over here, and so it's been really loud out here today, and they closed this whole street off down here. This whole street is closed off, so I've been inside filming videos, and now Alex is taking a nap with little Boo Radley. We're going over to his mom's house tonight for his grandma's 94th birthday party. I'm really excited about that, so I'm trying to finish up filming some videos and stuff. So I thought I'm gonna come out here now that they're gone and it's quiet outside. It's a beautiful evening. It's like 70 degrees, and it's cloudy. I mean, it's not a good pool day or anything like that, but it's a beautiful evening. It feels very like early fall is what it feels like. I have to be honest with you, our pool closes on Sunday, and as sad as I am about that, I'm kind of ready for the fallish weather and the hoodies and the cozy blankets and the scary movies and all that stuff. So I brought out The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty, and I thought that I would read some meditations. I haven't actually read meditations from here in quite some time. Let me clean off my glasses really quick. I've been like taking them off and putting them on and putting them on and taking them off through all these videos that they're kind of dirty. Okay, so let's go in here. Let's see, today is September 6th. Let's see what it says for today. Today might be, I didn't know that I was going to pull out the meditations today, so today, my hair's kind of coming out the side of my head. Today might be the perfect meditation. It might have been the universe speaking to me today, but I need to come over here and talk about this. Okay, let's see what September 6th says. September 6th is about the good in step 10. Well, I like to focus ones that are not so much just on specific steps. Okay, let's do, well, I was going to go to September 7th, but let's go back and see, let's go back and see some of these patience. That might be a good one. Oh, this is a long one. Denial, accepting our best, owning our energy. Are any of these standing out to you guys? Taking care of ourselves on the job, procrastination, making amends, willing to make amends. Let's talk about both of these. Let's read the willing to make amends first. And this is from actually August 25th, which is my anniversary. The 8th step is talking about a change of heart, a healing change. This attitude can begin a great change of repair and healing in our relationships with others and ourselves. It means we become willing to let go of our hard-heartedness, one of the greatest blocks to our ability to give and receive love. In the 8th step, we make a list of all people we have harmed, and we allow ourselves to experience a healing attitude towards them. I just said that I wasn't going to do this about steps, and now I'm going into this about steps. Let's pick one that's not. You know what? Patience really stood out to me. Let's read about patience today. I'm getting kind of back in. Well, the patience one is so short. I mean, it's literally like. Okay, let's read about patience. September 1st. Sometimes we get what we want right away. At other times, we wonder if our desires will ever be fulfilled. We will be fulfilled in the best way possible and as quickly as possible, but sometimes, some things take time. Sometimes we have lessons to learn first, lessons that prepare us so that we can accept the good we deserve. Things are being worked out in us and in others. Blocks in us are being removed. A solid foundation is being laid. Be patient, relax, and trust, let go. Then, let go some more. Good things are planned for us. We will receive them at the first available moment. We will have all of our heart longs for. Relax and trust. Today, I will identify what I want and need. Then, I will be willing to let go of it. I will devote my energy to living my life today so I may master my lessons as quickly as possible. I will trust that what I want and need is coming to me. I will let go of my need to control the details. Wow, this is really powerful. So this is a lesson that I've actually learned throughout my entire recovery, this idea of patience. I'm somebody that I think, not so much today, but back in the day, I lacked patience. And it wasn't just in wanting something and wanting it to happen right then or when I wanted it to happen. We talk about in recovery that alcoholics and addicts are people that want what they want when they want it, right? Which I think that's not just true of drugs and alcohol, it's true of anything. We want what we want when we want it, right? And so I think that when I got sober, that was something that was, blaringly pointed out to me and doing step work and with my sponsor and hearing it in other people's stories and things like that. But I realized that it wasn't just about drugs and alcohol, it was in everything, that I lacked a lot of patience in outcomes. And and needing to do things. I think it's also partly in why we want to rush in to make apologies or to make amends for things that, and going back to the amends one, that I have that feeling that in early sobriety, like, I wanted to rush and make everything okay. And I can remember, like, being led by my sponsor at the time and other people in my support network saying that, there's a timing to everything, that maybe you need to prove that you can stay sober for a while before you come out and you make some grand movement of amends and, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you need to show that you're a different person. I think that timing with things is really, really interesting to me. I look back on my life now and I can see that certain things unfolded at certain times for me to welcome other things that came later, if that makes sense. That had they happened 3 or 4 years before when I wanted them to, that they didn't that wouldn't have been I wouldn't have understood the importance of it or the power of it, that friendships that came along, that I don't know that the same friendships would have meant something to me, like, in talking about, like, I talk a lot about marriage counseling, right? Had Alex and I think, started marriage counseling, I've said that I wish we would have started earlier, but I really, to be honest with you, like, I think that had we started, like, in our first year of being together, I don't know that it really, like, we had to be at the place that we were at for marriage counseling to take on what it took on, if that makes sense, Things have had to happen in my life for me to be prepared to have certain conversations with friends and people in my life, right? Like, had other things not happened, one of the things I say today is, I'm being taught patience. Like, when I want something to happen, or I wish it would happen, or I wish a conversation would happen, or an opportunity would happen, and it doesn't happen the way that I want it to, or the timing doesn't happen, and I always, as a person that's very God-centered, I think to myself, well, I'm not in control of this, let go, let God kind of thing. And there's a plan, and I'm not part of that. Like, I do believe that, I don't believe everything is part of some grand plan, but I think that there's a lot to that. And so I have to sit back sometimes and I have to just go, you know what, like, I need to just let go of this. And this is what this meditation is talking about. I don't have to plan and predict and control everything. I think, especially as people that are addicts and alcoholics, that when we get sober, we have this feeling where we couldn't control anything in our lives, and then we get sober and we start implementing little pieces of control here and there that, it feels good to have that back. Then to some degree, we go through a period where we are kind of control freaks, a little bit, where we're trying to control every aspect. And then what you realize is you really can't control anything at all, You can control yourself, you can control your reactions to things, your responses to things, but that's really about all you can control. The rest of it, well, maybe you're being taught lessons in that, And so today, when I look at things, I look at things like I'm being taught lessons in that. And even if I'm not being taught lessons, even if there's no validity to that whatsoever, that's what I try to turn it into. And so, like, I'm trying to think of an example of where I would say, like, today I'm being taught patience or something like that. Just like if Tanya and I are like, this didn't happen to us, but this has happened to us. Like, if we're going to go to a meeting and, like, the road that we're going to is closed, and so it's going to put us 10 minutes late to that meeting, we'll at the last minute say, like, okay, we're going to go to another meeting, and we'll go to another meeting. And, like, in that moment, we're frustrated because we wanted to go to that meeting. There were friends of ours that we were going to see at that meeting, but we're going to have to shift it to another meeting that's closer if we want to make it in time, right? And then we end up going to this meeting, and it's like, you hear something at that meeting that feels like you were supposed to hear it, almost kind of like it was divine fate that I wasn't supposed to be at that other meeting. I was supposed to be at this meeting, right? And so things all work out the way that they're supposed to. And that's kind of how I try to look at things today. Now, do I think that everything has magic in it? I'd like to think that, but no, I don't. I don't think there's meaning and lessons behind everything. I try to, after something happens, to look back and say, what can I take from this today? What can I learn from this today? But, in moments where, well, this is a good example, like, when, we were in Las Vegas, I got my stuff stolen. And in that moment, I was very, very frustrated. My husband was very calm. I mean, I was, like, panic-stricken. And I was like, okay, there's only a few things that you can do right now. Take care of the things that you can do and then just relax. And it was weird because we were, like, walking down the street towards me getting a new phone. And, like, over the span of, like, we were walking in front of the Bellagio. And as we were walking, it was like this calm kind of came over me as I was talking to myself. And I was like, you have no control over this. Like, you can't do anything about it now. It happened. You only can choose to respond to this. You can only choose to how you're going to handle this. So you can either choose to freak out and ruin the entire day, or you can just realize this is what's handed to you. Maybe this isn't what you wanted to happen today. Maybe there are precautions that you could have taken, so this didn't happen today. But let's not go back and live and all this stuff that happened. Let's like live in the moment right now. You only have limited amount of hours that you're going to be with your husband in Las Vegas again, or right now, and you may not be here again. You don't know, you know? I think not borrowing trouble comes for me from this time of learning patience. I think patience for me is something that, like, sometimes I'm like, let's just get to it. Like, especially when it's like a trip or a holiday. Like, back in the day, I used to be like, I can't wait for Christmas, or I can't wait to take this trip, or I can't wait for this. This year, one of the things that I specifically worked on is living in the moment. And it's been hard. I'm not great at it. Like, even today, you know, 8 months later, or 9 months later, I'm still not great at it, you know? I still have to work really hard in, okay, for today, I'm going to live in today. I'm going to take today, and I'm going to live in today and try to enjoy each moment. You know, I was just talking to my neighbor. I went out to get the mail before I started this, and she's like, what are you doing today? And I was like, I've been filming some videos. And she's like, has it been too loud for you? Because I've been working out here. I said, it's not been too bad inside, but I wanted to film outside. She's like, what are you guys doing? I said, we're going over to Alex's mom's house for his grandma's 94th birthday tonight. And like, and as soon as I said it, I just was like, if you get one more video filmed or no more videos filmed, you're getting to spend tonight with your family. Not everything is going to work out the way it is, you know? It's like, I remember back in the day when I worked in treatment, I've shared this story a lot, I would keep a list of everything that I had to do throughout the day. I don't know why then I was like always like so calm with this stuff. I'm getting there. I'm getting there again today in my life because I'm like, you know, doing this with my videos. But like at the end of the day, I would go through my list because I would like put, you know, a yellow highlighter through everything that I had finished. And those things that I didn't get done, I would just put them on the list for tomorrow. You know, I don't think that anybody gets to their end of their life and says, you know, I wish I had worked harder. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. And yet we're always like impatiently waiting, or many of us are impatiently waiting for the next thing. You know, one of the things I've learned is don't rush life. Because one day you wake up and you're 52 years old and you're like, what happened to the last 20 years of my life? You know, you're together with your husband 16 years and you're like, yeah, sometimes it feels like it's taken a long time, but other times it's like, it feels like it was just yesterday that we met. I don't want to rush things anymore. You know, and in that, I am being taught patience. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.